Thank you.
How's it going, guys? You want to hear my story?
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah.
All right. It's kind of crazy. It's a military story. I was in the war,
Oh.
and I'm an Army veteran, and I'm a Catholic, and so don't hold that against me. But
No, of course.
I was I was in combat, and I was always taught to I was taught to pray. When things get heated. So I was on patrol, and we were ambushed, and it was bad, and my squad got overrun, and we took shelter in this, I guess it was like a mud hut or whatever, just like just one of their little compound areas or whatever, just a little area. And we took casualties. We took some hits. A lot of my guys got hit. I even got wounded.
Mm.
And you know we became nighttime, and a sandstorm came, and we couldn't get any medevac out because of the sandstorm.
Mm.
And we were just, we patched ourselves up as best we could. And, some of our guys we knew we were going to die. Some of us were going to die because we were bleeding out. And, I'm choking up thinking about it, having flashbacks about it. But we were just, oh my God, we're going to, what are we going to do? This was it. We were just going to die. So some of us were. And, so I just got in the corner. I was, one of the less wounded of us. There was like 8 of us, and I just knelt on the ground, and just, I was bleeding, and just in a bad way. And I pulled out my crucifix, and I just started praying, and I just said, God, help us, get us out of here. I don't know, because we called in a medevac, and they said at least 6 hours. That's what the weather report had said. They said no aircraft are going to be in the air for at least 6 hours because of the weather report with a sandstorm. And we all, when we heard that, we were just like, you hear that and you just say, we're dead. Whoever's really bad, we're just said we're not going to make it. And then we're just like, oh man. So we're just, oh man, okay. So then I just went into the corner and I just started praying. I said, God, help us, we're going to die. You know. And so I just started praying. I said a rosary or two. And about an hour later, you could just hear the wind stop. And it was just like, and it shouldn't have. It just shouldn't have. But it did. And all of a sudden, I was like, you could hear the radio crackling. Like, hey, they called our call sign. Like, are you guys still alive? Are you guys still alive? And we're like, yes, yes. And they're like, we got inbound coming. Give us your coordinates. Give us your coordinates. And they go, get some smoke out there. Get some chem lights out there. I don't know if you guys know what chem lights are. Those little glow sticks. And so we're like, okay. So I started gathering up what we had, and when you know it, we didn't even have that many. I think we had like 4 of them. And I'm like, man, they're not going to see these at night. They're not going to see them. I'm just like, I'm the one that's less wounded. So I grabbed what I had, and, I risked my life, and I ran out to the open field, and I threw them out there. I broke them. I shook them. I threw them out there. I ran back as fast as I could. And about 20 minutes later, I could hear the helicopters coming. And then the helicopters come. And then, I hear them come in, and I got the guys up as best we could. I said, come on, guys, we're going. Get your last bit of strength up. Let's go. We're getting out of here. So we got up, and we got to the choppers, to the medevacs. And then they got us up, and we were going, and they got us out. So I walked up to the pilot, to the crew chief and the pilot, and I said, thank you for getting us, coming and getting us, and seeing our chem lights. I didn't think you were going to see us. And he goes, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I'm not, oh God, I'm sorry. And I go, he goes, what are you talking about? How could I not see you guys? And he goes, the chem lights. I saw the chem lights. He goes, that big old cross I saw out there. There was a cross out there as bright as day, like a Hollywood sign. And I go, what are you talking about? I go, there was only 4 chem lights out there. He goes, No, there was like, it was like a Hollywood sign out there. There was like 1,000 crosses out there. And I go, I only had 4 chem lights out there, sir. And he goes, no, there was like 1,000 of them out there. How many did you have? And I said, 4, sir, 4. That's all I had. He goes, well, you must have had like 50 cases of them out there, you know? And I said, no, we only had 4. And he goes, you guys made a cross out there. There's no way I couldn't have seen it. And the hair in the back of my neck stood up. And I couldn't, to this day, I can't describe it. It was just supernatural. It was God. There's no other way of describing it. And we survived. You know, some of my guys lost arms, fingers, you know, legs, you know, but we survived, you know, and nobody died. But we survived. And that's my story, you know, and I want to tell it, you know, people just, you know, trip out on it. But, you know, it's faith, I guess. I don't know. I mean, but that's it, you know, and I share
Mm.
that story, but you know, it is what it is. Believe it or not, but that's what happened to me and my guys.
That's beautiful.
So,
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
but I hope I hope that, you know, inspires somebody out there to pray. And it's true. Faith works, prayer works. It saved me, you know, and it saved my guys. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, and you guys have a wonderful night.